this lesson, we shall see data acquisition platforms. I told you the first stage of computational drug designing, especially for the ligand-based drug designing, is identifying the ligand acquisition platforms, take the best ligands of your concern, then keep these ligands in a platform, or what you call as in a machine, and we shall see later how this could be kept preserved in your system, and how would you be able to generate the pharmacophoric properties of these ligands, and how will you be able to convert such a database into a real library where you will be able to arrange them according to increasing or decreasing order of any pharmacophoric feature. As for example, you could arrange them according to the increasing order of drug likeness. You could arrange them according to the increasing order of molecular weight. You could arrange them according to the increasing order of log P or log of solubility, and so on and so forth. So we'll be able to pick up a molecule of your concern right from that database. So that is why you call it as a library. So you'll be able to make a potential molecular library, a library of potential molecules which could be further treated or further carried forward for your analysis. So this is the idea behind identifying the data acquisition platforms, then the ligand acquisition platforms, then picking up molecules from the platforms, keeping them in a suitable space, then generating properties such as log P, hydrogen bonding donor, hydrogen bonding acceptor. So hereafter we will call them as the pharmacophoric properties. Then picking up the best molecule of your choice from that database. See, all these would be included in the first phase. So out of which in this lesson we shall see various data acquisition platforms. Mind you, the first one among them is a very popular platform, what you call as drug data bank. And in drug data bank, you can give the query drug data bank or drug bank, then you will be able to get it. Otherwise, the GUI for drug bank is https://go dot drugbank dot com, right? https://go dot drugbank dot com. So if I click here, see, this will be open. So this is actually the drug bank opening. So if I give a query like cancers, then so this is a general query based upon drugs. So you could see at the bottom here itself. So we could generate or we could make the query with respect to drug, with respect to target, with respect to pathways, with respect to indications. So let us see all of them one by one. And what I have given here is at present that this is cancer, and I would like to see few drugs which are there means cancer drug mapping. What I need is for the drugs which are available in the drug bank for treating cancer. Okay, right? Then if we give the query and search, so we will come across several molecules. At present 1210 molecules have been generated, and all these molecules play a role in treating cancer with the different targets. And so you could see several such molecules are there, I mean, kept in different pages. That also you could see. Then so that's the first thing, and you will be able to make any filter. As for example, suppose you want to make those drugs which are approved alone, you could keep approved plus apply filter. Those which are nutraceutical, I mean, click on nutraceutical, apply filter. Or investigational, illicit, withdrawn drugs, experimental drugs. So these are all filter groups. You could have more than one filter also at a time. Similarly, that means you could put approved nutraceutical together, then apply filter. So automatically the query which you have made here, that could be further processed. So you will be able to screen the molecules in a primary manner by purifying the data with these filters. Similarly, there are certain filters by market availability, whether it is available in US, whether it is available in Canada, Europe, etc. So these are the two queries which could be made directly from it. Then suppose I click on gemcitabine. So which all things I am seeing in gemcitabine. So the first thing is, I have seen the summary, like gemcitabine is a nucleoside metabolic inhibitor used as adjunct therapy in the treatment of certain types of ovarian cancer, non-small cell lung carcinoma, then metastatic breast cancer, and as a single agent for pancreatic cancer. So that means actually we will get some idea. I mean, it's a summary of that drug molecule. Then you are having the brand name, then generic name, background. Thereafter, if you just see, thereafter you will be able to see the type, then structure of the molecule. Then in the structure itself, you could download the structure. Then see that option is there. You might have seen there. Then you will be able to get pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics, mechanism of action, then absorption, volume of distribution, protein binding, metabolism, route of elimination, half-life, then clearance, then adverse effects, that will be highlighted. So whatever adverse effects have been identified for this drug molecule, so this will be highlighted. Major toxicity, pathways, then pharmacogenomic component, drug interaction, identified drug interactions, then food interaction, then the brand names, other brand names, then generic precipitation products, categories. That means actually whatever information is required for you as far as the drug is concerned. So all these informations will be included in the drug bank data. Pharmacogenomics, so that clinical trials, this is another area which we shall see now. That means with respect to this drug, which all experiments have been completed, what is the information which we are having regarding the drug action, side effects, etc. of this particular drug. So that will be there in ClinTrial database. Then the spectra, various mass spectra are available for the molecule. Then we could see the targets. So actually for each drug you expect that unwanted target means actually you know that most of the diseases are caused by formation of an unwanted protein molecule out of a mutation. This unwanted protein molecule is actually the disease causing protein molecule, and that disease is caused by providing unwanted interaction. So for example, if I just give you a typical example, suppose A and B are two protein molecules which are required in the body, which would be causing normal metabolic activities. At the same time, suppose a new molecule C gets into the scenario, then that molecule C is an unwanted molecule actually, which is formed out of mutation, and it can make unwanted interaction with the C as well as with, C can make unwanted interaction with A as well as B, right? So automatically CA interaction is an unwanted interaction, CB interaction is also an unwanted interaction. So what we want, or what we do normally during the drug action is, we will introduce a new molecule into the scenario. Let us call it as D. And the function of D is to selectively interact with the C in such a manner that C and D interact very strongly, withdrawing interactions between C and A and C and B. That means actually C and D together will form a very strong bonding interaction, and that complex will be separated, making A and B free for normal interaction. And when that normal interaction is retained there, the defect, or what you call as that disease, is completely gone. So this is the idea behind, or this is the molecular biology perspective of disease as well as drug action. You got it? So here what we do is, so when you go through the targets, you will come across several targets, and most of these targets will be protein, unwanted protein. Sometimes it may directly go to the DNA causing mutation, or that mutated DNA. Then besides these two, which are the normal expected interactions or normal expected targets, the drug that gets into the body will be further subjected to modifications with the help of cytochrome P450 enzymes which are there in liver. And you know that process is what you call as metabolism, and actually by metabolism the new molecule or unwanted molecule or drug, that would be made more and more biocompatible, and actually various modifications will be made on this unwanted molecule, external molecule. Then this molecule will be made more and more biocompatible. It may be broken sometimes, or it may be made into small molecules. So the idea is actually that molecule has to be properly excreted. You got it? So for that, several targets will be there, or several enzymes will act upon them. So automatically we will be having two different types of targets. One is the targets of unwanted molecule, unwanted interactions, or responsible for the unwanted interaction, like it may be a mutation, or it may be protein molecules formed out of mutation. So there sometimes it may concentrate on target on nucleus or nucleic acids. What I mean is nucleic acids like DNA, or sometimes it may be RNA, sometimes it may be protein. So all these are something connected to the mutation. At the same time, there is another class of molecule, the enzymes which are there in our body, cytochrome P450 enzymes which are there in our body, and these targets actually help to make the molecule biocompatible, more and more biocompatible, and to make the molecules excreted. Okay, right? Then so that is why two types of targets will be there in most cases. So you could see several DNA, as for example, DNA is a target here. Then you could see that here also is actually a ribonucleoside, diphosphate, reductase, large subunit. So that is also possible there. You will have the thymidylate synthase, it's an enzyme. Then UNP-CMP kinase, another enzyme. Then we have the thymidine kinase 2, mitochondrial. Then UNP-CMP kinase again. Then nucleoside diphosphate kinase A. Then cytidine deaminase. Deoxycytidine kinase. P-glycoprotein 1. This actually a transporter basically, which would help in transporting materials. So multi-drug resistance associated protein 7, this is also a transporter. Then equilibrative nucleoside transporter 1. Then sodium nucleoside contransporter, sodium nucleoside cotransporter 1. Then equilibrative nucleoside transporter 2. Then solute carrier family 28 member. So these are the different types of targets which you are having. Then you will be able to get them right from the left side indication also directly. Then so for gemcitabine, even the drug bank accession number is a characteristic. Now see, whatever which we have seen here, that is with respect to drug, similar to that you will be knowing that we can give queries like pathways, targets, indications. Now as for example, if I click on targets, then give a query like EGFR. So what I need is, I need to find the EGFR targeted drugs. So automatically I'll be able to get C-type lectin domain family 14 member A. Actually it's a class of drugs. So we have 27 such targets. You got it? Out of which if you click on one of them, like a C-type lectin domain family 14 member A, again if you go through, this actually is a class of, it's a domain family, what you call otherwise as. Here you have got drug, and here actually drug bank ID that is shown here. So what you can do is you may click on that particular drug, that is actually resveratrol, and similar to that you can go through pathway, and in pathway also you can put any of the pathways of your interest. So if I just give a drug there, pathways versus a drug. So what I do is actually I put up the name of a drug, that is Tylenol. Now actually the pathways connected with the Tylenol you will be getting. As for example, here you see these are the major pathways connected with the Tylenol, like acetaminophen metabolism pathway, then and so on. Actually 26 such pathways have been displayed here. So if you want to see the real pathway where this drug molecule is acting on, so you can click on any of them and you will be able to get the pathways displayed in detail. You got it. So several such pathways are there. 27 pathways have been given up, which has got some involvement of Tylenol. Then and indications, that is another possibilities. You may just give as for example fever, it's only an indication. So fever related results will be displayed. Now, if you click on any one of them, then further details you will be getting. As for example, various drugs which are required for this type of fever, and you have at present you have put it up as brucellosis. Then so the 4 different types have been given to you. So you could give drug as the center of query, then target, then pathway, then indications, right? So drug bank in fact is a very exhaustive platform, and with this query, suppose you want to see that a particular drug, you click on it, then definitely you will be coming to the demiclocycline. Then all other details will be, as I told you earlier, with summary, generic name, structure, pharmacology, and so on and so forth. So every detail of the drug, that means whatever may be the query, it will be connected to drugs, and for drug all these informations will be there. So in that manner, this is going to be a very informative query, or very informative platform. Now let us see a few more similar areas or similar platforms, and the most important among them is ChemBL database, CHEMBL. So you may give this query CHEMBL, then search. This is ChemBL database. Go to ChemBL database. Then a similar query form you will be getting. Here you can give your query, like let me put it up as EGFR. Now you could see that EGFR connected, all results will be displayed to you. So you have got EGFR inhibitor, EGFR inhibitor, another inhibitor, EGFR 816, so on and so forth. EGFR related entire information will be there. So if I click on EGFR directly, then as the term suggests, you come across 5,502 results consisting of 24 compounds, 9 targets, 4952 assays, 517 documents. That means whatever is connected with EGFR in this database, that will be displayed. And if I click on the compounds, you could see that these are the compounds displayed or included within Campbell database. And this is one such molecule, and there also you will get the details like ID, name, then the phase of evaluation, then molecular formula, molecular weight, synonyms, molecular type, then another possibility is you could make a structure search from it and see whether any other molecule is there with that structure. So if you click on structure search, directly you will be going to the other molecules which are there in it. Then we have got the representations like the names, canonical SMILE notation, INCH notation, and so on. Then sources, alternative forms with the different Campbell names. Then molecular feature, and here you will be able to see the major features. Like if I click on there, drug type synthetic small molecule, that is a class or the feature corresponding to the molecular designing. If you click on 5, it actually stands for rule of 5, which clearly indicates that rule of 5, which we shall see later, Lipinski's rule of 5. So that is followed fully. Now again, if you click there, a single stereoisomer, that is its chirality. Sometimes you may be knowing that any type of isomerism, possibility of isomerism, which will make your prediction less effective, especially if various spatial isomers are there. Each spatial isomer will differ most probably in the drug action. So for example, one spatial form may be a powerful drug, at the same time another spatial form may be keeping toxic activity. That means if the spatial isomers are there, then each spatial isomer varies in activity, and hence if you pick up such a molecule, chance for making your prediction will be less, and in drug designing you will call it as a constraint. So whenever you design a molecule, try to minimize the constraints, minimize the black box, because otherwise sometimes your prediction may be wrong. And what we want is, whatever may be the strategy which we follow, whatever may be the prediction which we are making, it should be correct at the end. So end of the day, we should get some drug which would work properly. So it is the power of a designer to choose a particular molecule. So automatically those molecules which are having some doubts can be avoided, because we need to pick up the best one. So that is why I told you, try to minimize constraints while designing the molecule. Then you have got the drug bank, the mesh ID, then the mechanism ID, and so on. That means similar to drug bank, here also you will get the mechanism, then the target details, then binding site, then any reference material. You could see that most of the references are in clinical trials. Clinical trial is actually the database of clinical trials. So automatically if you click on clinical trial, you will be able to get the real data. So as for example, here you see clinicaltrials.gov, and these are the such names are also given to you. So the experiments or projects completed in this regard, that will be directly displayed on ClinTrial. So let us see the ClinTrial database that is coming up here. And so this actually the ClinTrial opening, and here you need to give some query. So what we do is we will give the query which is shown there, that is a search name. So you give that search name, and with the search name you check the project details within ClinTrial, search. So you could see the experiments over. So here you know that one experiment is there, that is over and is terminated, and the detail of that experiment is, and so you could click the results. It has results, terminated with the results. So automatically, if you want to know details of that result, you could click on that results. So you will be getting the complete project details, title, then the text groups, their results, in different phases you are getting it. Started with the 4, completed 4, non-completed. That means actually every detail of that project we are getting. Right. Now again the activity charts in Compile. So bioactivity summary, assay summary, target summary. Literature, target prediction, calculated properties. Mind you, these are the features like molecular weight, log P, then rotable bonds, polar surface area, then species of the molecule, hydrogen bonding acceptor, hydrogen bonding donor, rule of 5 violation, Lipinski is hydrogen bonding acceptor. So here what we see is, so when you take all these factors for this molecule, selected molecule, SPA Lipinski is 11. Hydrogen bonding acceptor 11. Mind you, hydrogen bonding acceptor, permitted hydrogen bonding acceptor as per Lipinski's rule of 5 is, it should be less than 10. But here we have 11 such acceptor size. So automatically ROS violation 1. Rule of 5, RO, not ROS, RO5 violation 1. And that violation is actually number of hydrogen bonding acceptor. Then so we have aromatic ring, heavy atoms, then CX log P, and so on. So these are all drug features. So you will call it as drug features, right? Then so the only major concern here is hydrogen bonding acceptor Lipinski is 11. So it's a violation, isn't it? So in this particular problem, that is the information which you are getting. And mind you, as hydrogen bonding acceptor and donor increases, specificity increases. Now here there is a space, what you call as the alert areas. And you know that here there is an end alert region. which actually stands for a hyperconjugation with alternate double and single bond. So there is every chance for these bonds to be reallocated and getting some other molecule. So this is actually an alert area. Chance for that group, that is why you know that is put up in red circles. So this is one such region. And if any other region is there, that also will be displayed within the molecule, any alert region. And say you could see even that alert 1, alert 2, etc. Then here even that NH group is going to be. Then some of the cross references with the unique cross reference, ChemDial, drug bank, FDA, SRS, etc. Unicum cross references. Now let us see what is Unicum, and you will see that it's going to be a platform telling you about other common databases. Unicum, click on Unicum, then see you see that Unicum is actually a cumulative platform showing the possibility for going to PubChem, then MQL, then SureChemBio, Sync database, Molport, E-molecules, PubChem with Thomson's Pharma, then Pikaji, then Campbell, again binding database, then EPA, then cislipids, acetone. So these are all common databases with slightly different possibilities. PubChem is there, MQL is there, and the Unicum actually keeps the entire thing. So you could find them one by one. You could familiarize with these databases. These are the common databases. Then so each one has got a particular or specific function. Then so if you take, as for example, let us click on or start from the beginning, like a PubChem. Let us put it as PubChem. So it's the PubChem database, and here you can explore chemistry, where you could give any type of query. You could give a structure, you could give name, target, symptom, whatever may be. That is a very popular chemistry database. And let me put it up like EGFR. And also you will come across, see, different results connected with EGFR. For example, here you see 82 compounds are there. And so you could generate the molecules and check the compounds and so on. Now another one I will show you, MQL. So here also it is actually an advanced tool to find and order molecules online. So you could check, you could just make a molecule, design a molecule and see whether that molecule is available in the market, or you could see even similar molecules, and from the similar molecules also you will be able to see whether it is available in the market, similar to Sync database. So let me just put some bond. Okay, now I may have to connect them. First of all, you may connect them, then give the structure, and let me just see whether any such molecules are there with these two rings, then so let me go to the search option. So search, so I could see those molecules which are there. Now mind you here just below its name get code is also there, so you will get the code and you will be able to buy that molecule directly. So several such possibilities are there. So students who work on certain functional groups like some alkaloids or something like that would be benefited out of this data. Several molecules are there, and you could see the number also. Actually that number stands for similarity index, Tanimoto similarity index. So this molecule has got 0.896 similarity with your query molecule. So in that manner that similarity is also given to you, spread in different pages, second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, means several such molecules are there. Now if you give Sure Campbell database, it's a similar to Campbell. Only thing is you will be able to give a query just like the MQL and search the molecule. So you could give the query here. So similar to the MQL here, what you can do is you can just draw something, whatever you want. You could put it up. Now with this query you are getting several molecules. And if you click on one molecule, plus click, then immediately you will be able to see the information directly. Sync database is a similar one which sometimes you might be knowing. So Sync 12 is there, Sync 15 is there. Sync 12 means actually purchasable compounds. 15 means it's a database of commercially available molecules. So let us click on Sync 15. So here also several queries are possible. You could give the structure. Sync 15 docking. Now several molecules are displayed here. Suppose you click on aspirin, then property of that molecule, availability of that molecule. Malt product is the next one. Sourcing, selling and purchasable platform. So you could search a molecule, you could buy that molecule directly, means you could order, then buy the molecule. If I give a query like chloramphenicol, we are getting it. So these are all very similar to each other. E molecule, another one. You may give that query for E molecule, that website corresponding to it. So this is the website. So copy that website and put it up. You will come to the emolecule.com site. So here also you will be able to give the query. You could design the molecule, then make a similarity search. So we'll be able to get molecules which are structurally similar to your query. So this molecule, probably that may be the best molecule with similarity 0.86. Now if you go to page 2, 0.82, 0.82 like that, the second set of molecules you are getting. PubChem itself has got certain modifications, design specific modification like PubChem, Thomson Pharma. That means that pharma specific details from PubChem will be put up. So the major or master source is actually PubChem. So this is Thomson Pharma database. Data source, you may go to data sources. Then data type. So actually 867 sources are there. With respect to, that means actually that company, pharmacy company specific mechanisms, molecules, etc. They are even from different nations. Will be put up, will be included together. So the pharmacy people interested in seeing pharmacy related molecules, targets, etc. could be. So CIS Institute of Bio here. So very similar to that, the next one also. RG is a Japan Chemical Substance Directory from PubChem. Similar to the Thomson's. Here also the query times will be similar. So from their lab, whatever contribution is there, then Campbell already I told you. Then binding database, another one. Here also that binding component is also included in your result. And actually that binding of ligand with the target, you call it as docking. So let me give the query EGFR. You have 20 targets, 1 compound, 43 articles and 411 assay related to EGFR. Say the interaction related information like free energy change, then even the in vitro results will be included. Ligand, target, ligand links, Ka value, delta G, IC50, etc. EPA Comtox dashboard. EGFR. Let us give the EGFR inhibitor. Intrinsic properties, structural identifiers, linked substance, then presence in list, record information, quality control notes. So these are all included. Cis lipids is another common database. Lipids and their biology, basically, main view. similar to the proteins or targets which we used earlier, protein targets which we used earlier. If we just give one query, then it's actually lipid related information. Then you could get the chemical information, classification, metabolism, etc. for the lipids. SAT or Actor, otherwise what do you call this? Actor database. IMDb database. Actor chemical database. Yes. Select a category. Acute synthetic toxicity, carcinogenicity. That detail you are getting. Altox.org, what you have used at present. Now another very important database is actually metabolome database. Human metabolome database. Here the metabolites will be known to us. As for example, let me put it as Tylenol. And these are the metabolites. Two results are there. Dextromethorphan and acetaminophen. So these are the two metabolites generated from your query. I told you earlier, metabolite could be more biocompatible and it could be more effectively taken as a starting template in drug designing. And dextromethorphan is found in blood as well as CSF. Then acetaminophen is found in blood, CSF, feces, saliva, urine. Now another common database is what you call as Duke database, especially for the students who are interested in phytochemicals. So you will have the Duke database, Dr. Duke phytochemical and ethnobotanical database. Let us give the general name for a medicinal plant. So let me put it as pepper. Now pepper related, all the plants will be given to you. So out of which I have taken Peperaceae. Now altogether 210 activities are reported, and for the first activity it's found for ascorbic acid. 111 activities are there for ascorbic acid, where it's present in the leaf of Paparosa. Now, if I want to know these activities, so what I need is I may just click there for ascorbic acid activity, click. So these activities have been generated. Acetylation and aldose reductase inhibitor, analgesic, and so on and so forth. So these are the reported properties of ascorbic acid, which is a constituent of piperacillin. Now you could see that it is suitable for cancer, also cancer preventive. Now similarly, beta carotene, 53 properties are there for beta carotene present in piperacillin. Because you know that COX-1 inhibitor, the 28 activities are there for the third one. Fiber 15 activities are there. Then iron, niacin, phosphorus, potassium, riboflavin, and so on. So we will get some idea about the template actually. Now the last one is you will be able to get some information on marine products. CMNPD is the comprehensive marine database product, CMNPD. Then marine natural product database is there, and it's a very fast developing area, so that database also is fast developing. So CMNPD, if you put up, it's the article concerned with it. CMNPD. So this is actually the CMNPD database. Databases used for ligand acquisition. The next class we shall see how the ligands collected, identified by you will be kept in data warrior.